The 5 things that we're gonna learning before moving abroad. Number 1 being learn the basic necessities. Number 2, be more social. 3, take initiative. 4, your mindset. And 5, plan ahead. And now I'm gonna do explain everything a little bit, and you will see the information below that I wrote about it. So with learning basic necessities, I mean, I did not know how to, I did know how to cook an egg, or is it cooking really? I had to learn basically from scratch how to actually cook a proper meal, how to clean toilet, the shower, the kitchen, doing laundry. Like, you cannot just, some people just throw in their clothes, but I've seen my mother separate colors together and specific colors together, white together and beige and black together. So I had to, do that by my own. And although I have seen my mother do this and all of the perspective, at the moment as a teenager, I was not interested in it, and I did not think, oh, I'm gonna move soon, I need to learn these things. I didn't think like that. So that is a very handy thing to learn. Yeah. And it's not really about also how to clean it properly or something. Is the things you need to, like, you need to get to clean the kitchen, the toilet, the shower. Those are the essential part here. Yeah, and as my last point is making appointments. Because I live with my parents, my mom did all the doctor's appointment, the dentist appointment. So I, as a grown adult, had to do it for the first time alone. And that can be hard. And I wish I had the opportunity to do that when I was in my teens. Or, at least some of the list. Because I was a spoiled brat and I was privileged to not do these things. Moving on to point number 2, be more social. I am a very shy person, and I literally, when I meet someone new, I have my walls up to the Eiffel Tower, man. Like, it is really bad. And I wish I knew how to start a conversation with anybody I meet, honestly, and how to keep the conversation going without making it awkward, honestly. Like, I also have social anxiety. I have anxiety in general. So maybe not to like a high level, but I still have. So approaching people. Also, if there's any English mistakes, I really did not check that. So I'm sorry in advance if I have any English mistakes or spelling, grammar, whatever. Disclaimer. So how to approach people is, and still will be, something that I have to work on. And it's not really something you can learn. It's more something you have to do to get over it. And I think most of the be more social part is also like that. And how to deal with social anxiety. So for me, it can be something different. For you, if you have it, it can be also something different. So yeah, it's important to, I guess, to learn it, or how to cope with it in a way. And even if you say in the beginning of the conversation, hey, I know it might be a little awkward, but I have social anxiety, so I may ask stupid question or something. I don't know, man. Maybe you just have to be forward and upfront about it, and maybe it will ease you up a little bit. But yeah, if it's the first time talking to someone, I know it could be hard, and it is easier said than done. So yeah, I guess you just have to do it to see how it goes. It's just like public speaking, I guess. Moving on to the other points I have, the two other points. Find something you love to do in public. And what I mean by this is, when I first moved to the Netherlands, I had a hard time adjusting to the new environment I'm in, to the new city I am in, and I had a hard time making friends. So what I mean by this is, I had a triangle shape pattern, which is home, school, groceries, and back to home. I only had these three locations that I went on a daily basis. Not maybe not on the weekend, but most days in the weekdays. Maybe not every day I went to the groceries, but it was literally either a line to something or a triangle to the same place. So like an infinity loop. It just makes your life depressing. Honestly, I was definitely depressed in that period of my life. What I regret doing is not finding somewhere in the vicinity where I live in to do something, even if it's going to the gym or doing another sport, or even like drawing lessons or Spanish classes. Bro, I don't know, just something to get out of my room and do something and meet people. Just be more social, like I said. And the last point is try to be more outgoing, which is honestly the same thing as the other point, and be open to go to parties, gatherings, and concerts. One sad thing about me, I haven't been to one single concert. I've been to festivals, and honestly, I'm not like a crowd person, like a big crowd person. I hate it. I get anxiety. Like, yeah, that's not for me. But I do want to go to a concert someday. Let's go to point three: is take initiative. And what I mean by this is, you only live once. So I'm not saying go do something very risky that jeopardize your life, but I'm just saying that if you do something, it can either go right, or you may feel embarrassed or something. But what is feeling embarrassed? It will be in the moment. Maybe you will remember it 3 days later, but you will move past it. And with the second point of point three is, people don't care about you, and you have to do what you want. Like literally, if you go up having a speech and you don't know what you have to say, bro, it happens. It really happens, it really depends on what you're doing, although it doesn't really connect to take initiative about public speaking. But you just have to do the things you want to do. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink things, and go out of your comfort zone and do whatever you want. That's all. And I'm mostly saying this for myself, or what I could have said to myself a few years ago, and what I have now on my wrist. I don't know if you can see it. It says Secret Discomfort, and I am really doing that. Even with this, I'm seeking discomfort. Being here in the Netherlands, being abroad without my parents, and my brother is even in another city, like 2 hours away from me. That is crazy. That honestly, if something happens to me right now, knock on wood, hopefully it doesn't, I don't have family nearby, honestly, that can come in like 10 minutes. And that is scary, honestly, but I'm doing it. I'm here. I'm here to learn, here to grow. Hopefully not to regret things anymore, and help you guys avoid the things I messed up, and want to get better, I guess. Point four is your mindset. Your mindset is very important. Even for being healthy in general, your mindset is very important. Surround yourself with positive people. Trust me, that is important. You don't want somebody nagging in your... Is it nagging? In your head, or you don't want negative people around you, like that constantly complain about every single little thing. It literally brings you down. It really does. I mean, I think everybody has experience with it, and maybe it's hard for you to let these people go, but trust me, once they are out of your life, you will have a better life. Second point is try not to think negative about yourself or anything around you. I mean, this is also one of the things is easier said than done, especially if you have anxiety. You think a lot about the negatives, and yeah, and having low self-esteem is also not a good shit to have, and probably a tough thing to overcome. But you can always do something about it. I think I feel like, and then with this modern world, you can honestly do anything. If you feel anxiety about something in your life, something about yourself, then I mean, and even if it's like you're thinking negative about yourself with public speaking, for example, like I already did 3 times, is you can literally overcome that. You can literally, by doing it over and over and over again, you can overcome it and think, oh my God, yes, I'm excited. I'm going to talk about something I love today, so I'm not going to think negative about it. The next thing is, if you don't get it your way, try another way. Don't be a sore loser, which I am. But I shouldn't. I've learned this the hard way. Not really the hard way, but it's honestly, I tried 3 different majors, and they all were a shit show, and 2 of them happened in Corona time, so I kind of blame Corona a little bit on it, but it's also on me. But after that, I took a gap year because I didn't know what I wanted in life, and I moved again to another city. So I was starting to look for new schools to apply, and I found my dream school. And I had to do some assignment to get accepted. So it was selective. Only a few people, for example, only 30 people can join this specific major. Exactly. It's just for example. I think it was more. But because they were very strict on the rules, and you have to do this and that, I honestly, it was video design, some sorts of video design, and I had to do some portfolio to broaden my portfolio, or to show them my portfolio on 2 specific assignment that they wanted to see. So it had to be something new, and it had some requirements that you had to do in the video. And I did it my own way, but fortunately it wasn't good enough. And yes, I had some troubles with accepting that didn't get accepted to my dream school, because it was an international school, which means that I don't have to speak Dutch, and I don't like speaking Dutch because I am bad at speaking Dutch, which I need to switch my mindset on it, honestly. I prefer English, that's why. Way easier. So yeah, it was an international school. I was avoiding Dutch school, and that's why it was my dream school. Although I heard a lot of shitty things about that school, so maybe everything happens for a reason, and maybe thank God that I didn't go. But yeah, I only wanted to go there because of it was international school, and I felt more comfortable making friends with international people. But yeah, I have my other reasons why. But like I said, I didn't get accepted, and instead of like dragging me hard down, I took maybe 1 to 2 days, and I was like, bro, there's more school out there. But I did wanted to go in a specific the specific major, which was video design. And I did eventually find this major, but it was a lower education level, which I still did. And I think I had to do because it was a Dutch school. And it was easy peasy. Not everything, but it was, comparing to what the 3 other majors I did, it was a higher education level, and it was too hard for me at that time then, because I am still studying and I'm actually doing the same education level that I'm doing when I first moved, and it's going good, better than I expected, honestly. So what I want to say about your mindset is, if something happens not your way, just take a few moments, accept it, and find another solution. The next thing is do the things that make you happy and give you a lot of energy. The last point that I want to say to you guys is plan ahead. Everybody has a phone. Everybody has a calendar. Let me open that. And it is not hard to use it. Or even if you don't want to use your phone calendar, you can use a whiteboard. You can use a paper, make a list. You can use your agenda. As long as you make a list that gives you an overview of your schedule, of what you need to do. For example, your groceries. I have to go to the bookstore to get this book. I have to do this homework. I have to talk to this person. Trust me, it will help. At least it helped me. I'm not saying you have to do it. I'm just saying it helped me, and I regret not doing it sooner. That's the only that's the only thing I wanted to say. And just, yeah. And here in the Netherlands, a lot of people actually do that. Like, they even plan like months ahead, which is crazy to me. But if you know your school schedule, if you know your work schedule, and put it in your calendar, or you don't have to do that, you can like plan things around it and make your day or week more productive. Or with that, if you want to take a chill day, or you see where you have less things to do, and you can plan that out, or to make a chill day out of it. So yeah, that was the 5 things I regret not learning or doing before moving abroad. I hope you guys like this video. Comment below if it was any helpful, or if you guys want to know more about the things I regret or something else. Let me know in the comments, and have a great day.